While modern families discard and replace items at the first sign of damage, Amish households maintain possessions for decades through repair skills that most people have completely forgotten. These aren't just fixing things, they're preserving independence, saving thousands, and maintaining traditions that stretch back generations. Clothing repairs. Walk into an Amish home and you'll find mending baskets filled with clothing awaiting repair rather than trash bins filled with discarded garments. Socks with holes get darned using techniques that weave new thread through worn areas, extending their life by years. Pants with torn knees receive patches sewn carefully to blend with original fabric. Children's clothing undergoes constant modification as bodies grow. Hems get let down repeatedly as legs lengthen. Waistbands get adjusted as bodies change. Sleeves extend through careful alteration that makes garments serve multiple years rather than single seasons. Shirt collars wear faster than body fabric, so the Amish turn them when fraying begins. This simple technique removes the collar, flips it, and reattaches it with the unworn edge now visible. The shirt gains years of additional service from 15 minutes of skilled sewing. Young girls learn these mending techniques by age 8 or 9, practicing on their own clothing until skills become automatic. By adulthood, every woman can repair any textile damage without thinking, turning what modern culture sees as trash into perfectly functional clothing. One dress might last 10 to 15 years through careful repairs, costing perhaps $20 in materials, but providing a decade and a half of service. Furniture restoration. Amish homes contain furniture that great-grandparents use daily, still functioning perfectly after a century of constant use. This longevity comes from regular maintenance and skilled repair that addresses problems before they destroy entire pieces. Chair joints loosen over time from daily stress. Modern families discard wobbly chairs, but Amish craftsmen disassemble the joints, clean old glue, and re-glue them properly. The 15-minute repair creates stability lasting another 20 years. The alternative means purchasing new chairs costing $200 or more. Table surfaces show wear from decades of meals and work. Rather than replacing tables, the Amish sand surfaces smooth and apply fresh finish. The restored table looks new while maintaining the solid construction that ensures another generation of service. Broken legs happen occasionally despite quality construction. Instead of discarding entire pieces, craftsmen create matching replacement legs using techniques identical to original construction. The repair costs perhaps $20 in materials and 2 hours of labor versus $500 for new furniture. Upholstered furniture receives new fabric when original material wears through. The frame and springs remain perfectly functional, so replacing only the visible surfaces makes economic sense. This repair extends useful life by decades at fraction of replacement cost. Equipment maintenance. Farm equipment represents major capital investment that Amish families cannot afford to replace frequently. Plows, cultivators, hay balers, and other machinery cost thousands or tens of thousands of dollars when purchased new. Maintaining these tools through repair becomes essential for economic survival. Plow blades wear down from contact with soil and rocks. Rather than replacing entire plows, blacksmiths sharpen blades repeatedly, restoring cutting edges until metal becomes too thin for further use. This process might extend plow life by 20 or 30 years. Broken metal parts get welded rather than replaced. Community members with metalworking skills repair cracked frames, damaged supports, and fractured components. The welded repairs often prove stronger than original construction, lasting indefinitely once properly completed. Worn bearings, damaged gears, and broken chains all receive attention before causing complete equipment failure. This preventive maintenance costs far less than emergency repairs or full replacement. A $50 bearing replacement prevents $5,000 equipment failure. Equipment from the 1950 seconds still functions on many Amish farms because repair skills keep machinery operational decades beyond typical lifespans in conventional agriculture. The initial investment continues paying returns across multiple generations through consistent maintenance and skilled repairs. Tool preservation. Quality tools represent significant investment and family heritage. Many Amish craftsmen use tools inherited from grandfathers, maintaining them through regular care that prevents deterioration and ensures peak performance across generations. Sharpening represents the most common maintenance task. Axes, saws, chisels, plane blades, and cutting tools all require regular sharpening to maintain effectiveness. Every workshop contains sharpening stones in various grits, and men develop intuitive feel for proper angles and pressure that creates perfectly sharp edges. This sharpening happens so frequently that it becomes automatic. Before each use, craftsmen check blade sharpness and touch up edges if necessary. This constant attention prevents tools from becoming dangerously dull and ensures quality work. Wooden handles break occasionally from stress or accidents. Rather than discarding entire tools, new handles get carved and fitted. The process takes perhaps an hour, but saves $50 to $100 per tool. Some tool heads have received 3 or 4 replacement handles across their century of service. Rust represents constant threat to metal tools. Regular oiling after each use creates protective coating that prevents oxidation. This simple maintenance extends tool life indefinitely when performed consistently. Proper storage matters as much as maintenance. Tools hang in designated spots where air circulates and moisture cannot accumulate. This organization ensures tools stay accessible while environmental conditions support preservation rather than deterioration. Footwear repair. Quality leather boots cost $150 or more, representing major purchase for Amish families. Rather than discarding boots when soles wear through, they utilize local cobblers who repair footwear for a fraction of replacement cost. Sole replacement represents the most common repair. After 2 or 3 years of daily wear, leather soles develop holes that make boots unusable without attention. Cobblers remove old soles, prepare the boot for new attachment, and install fresh leather soles. The $30 repair restores full functionality for another several years of service. Each pair of quality boots might receive 3 or 4 sole replacements across 15 to 20 years of use. The total investment, including original purchase and repairs, runs perhaps $250. Replacement every 2 years would cost over $1,000 for inferior quality boots. Stitching repairs address problems before they cause complete failure. When seams begin separating, quick attention prevents water entry and structural damage. These minor repairs cost $5 to $10 and prevent problems that might otherwise destroy boots. Leather conditioning prevents cracking and maintains flexibility. Regular application of oils and waxes keeps leather supple and water-resistant. This preventive maintenance extends life between major repairs while improving comfort and appearance. The same boots might serve someone from age 16 through their 30s, accompanying them through courtship, marriage, and early parenthood. This longevity makes footwear an investment rather than an expense. Kitchen equipment. Amish kitchens contain cookware that grandmothers used decades ago, still functioning perfectly through regular maintenance and occasional repair. Cast iron skillets might be 75 or 100 years old, improving with age as seasoning builds up over thousands of meals. When cast iron develops rust from improper storage or cleaning, it gets re-seasoned rather than replaced. The process involves scrubbing rust away, heating the pan, and applying multiple coats of oil that bake into a protective surface. The restored skillet functions better than new alternatives, costing $50 or more. Pot handles break occasionally from heat stress or accidents. Rather than discarding entire pots, metal workers weld handles back in place or fabricate replacement handles. The $15 repair saves $70 or more in replacement costs. Knife blades receive constant attention. Dull knives create dangerous working conditions and poor results, so regular sharpening maintains edges. Some kitchen knives have been resharpened hundreds of times across decades of daily use. Wooden spoons and utensils get sanded smooth when rough spots develop. This simple maintenance takes 5 minutes, but extends useful life by years. The alternative involves purchasing replacement utensils that function no better than properly maintained originals. Glass canning jars get reused for decades. The initial investment in quality jars pays returns across 30 or 40 years of annual canning. Seals and rings require occasional replacement, but jars themselves prove nearly indestructible. Building maintenance. Amish barns and houses often date back 150 or 200 years, still functioning perfectly through continuous maintenance that addresses small problems before they cascade into major failures requiring complete rebuilding. Roof repairs happen immediately when leaks appear. A missing shingle gets replaced the day it's noticed, rather than waiting until water damage destroys the underlying structure. This preventive attention costs perhaps $5 in materials versus thousands in rot repair. Siding receives replacement board by board as individual pieces deteriorate. Rather than residing entire buildings, the Amish replace only damaged sections. This approach distributes maintenance costs across years, while preventing the massive expense of complete renovation. Foundation repairs address cracks and settling before they compromise structural integrity. Stone foundations get repointed when mortar crumbles. Wooden sills receive replacement when rot develops. These repairs cost hundreds rather than thousands required for foundation rebuilding. Windows get reglazed when putty fails rather than replacing entire units. The 15-minute repair per window maintains weather tightness and appearance for another decade or more. Paint serves as protection rather than decoration. Regular painting every 5 to 7 years prevents wood deterioration and maintains weather resistance. This maintenance represents small, ongoing investment that prevents catastrophic repair costs. Buggy reconstruction. Horse-drawn buggies represent major purchases costing $10,000 to $15,000 new. Rather than replacing buggies every decade, Amish families maintain them through continuous repair and occasional complete rebuilding that extends service life to 40 or 50 years. Wooden wheels require most frequent attention. Spokes break from stress, and iron tires loosen as wood dries. Craftsmen replace individual spokes rather than entire wheels, and blacksmiths reset tires when necessary. These repairs maintain wheel integrity for decades. Buggy bodies suffer damage from accidents, weather, and normal wear. Rather than replacing entire buggies, body panels get repaired or replaced individually. Metal framework receives welding when cracks develop. Wooden components get replaced piece by piece as needed. Upholstery wears through from constant use. New fabric and padding restore comfort and appearance without requiring new buggy purchase. The $300 reupholstery job saves $12,000 in replacement costs. Suspension components receive regular maintenance. Springs, axles, and bearing surfaces all get attention before failure occurs. This preventive maintenance prevents breakdowns and extends overall buggy life. A single buggy frame might serve 3 generations of family members through systematic repair and rebuilding. The initial investment continues providing transportation across 75 years of service. Textile preservation. Quilts represent hundreds of hours of labor and carry deep emotional significance as family heirlooms pass through generations. When these treasured textiles begin deteriorating, the Amish repair rather than retire them from use. Worn sections receive replacement fabric carefully matched to original patterns and colors. The new material blends with preserved portions, extending quilt life while maintaining overall appearance and function. This partial replacement allows quilts to continue serving for another generation. Backing fabric deteriorates faster than decorative tops due to friction against mattresses. Rather than discarding entire quilts, new backing gets attached while preserving the hand-pieced top containing irreplaceable family history. Binding edges fray from handling and washing. New binding strips replace worn edges, reinforcing quilts while protecting interior seams. This repair costs perhaps $10 in materials and 2 hours of careful sewing. Some quilts on Amish beds date from the 1800s, still warming families through cold nights because repair skills preserve what would otherwise be lost. The emotional and historical value makes any repair effort worthwhile. Document conservation. Written records carry immense importance in Amish culture. Family Bibles contain birth, marriage, and death records spanning 2 centuries. Letters document family history. Ledgers track farm operations across generations.